Hey guys, doing a fitting on a 2021 Sahara ZX 300 series. We're going to be doing the second row of seats in the canvas grey. Let's get started. So after opening the package, you'll have your card that'll describe what model it is to describe what seats are in the car, so make sure they're the right ones. So once you open it and everything, you'll have a nice packed pile of covers. You're probably wondering what goes where because there are many different pieces. So we'll go through every piece together. First off, you have the fold down armrest. That's the part that has the duck logo on it and the strap, so you can easily pull it down. That is what the AR before ABC stands for. It stands for the armrest model. So that's why we have that there. If you unfold it a little bit more, you have a few different pieces. You'll have this centerpiece, which we'll go through later on. You'll have these two headrests. They are both for the two outside headrests. They're not specific to a side because they are both the exact same, so you don't have to worry about left and right or driver side or passenger side. You then have your center headrest, and that says CTR on it. There's three pieces that say CTR, but the one with the two Velcro straps in it, inside it is the headrest. These two are for the other little bulges in the center. But we'll go through that later on. If you unfold it a little bit more, you'll have your 40 base. So that is the 40 proportion of the two bases. You'll have a 60 and a 40 because one's bigger than the other. So this is the 40 base, and that'll say .40 at the end of the code on the tag. If you open this up, you'll have your left hand backrest. So that'll be on the left side of the car. That is also for the singular side, if you're wondering what that means. If you open up the next one, you'll have a right hand side, so it'll be the right hand side of the car, so that's the opposite. You'll also have this flat centerpiece, it says CTR on it. We'll go through that later. And lucky last, you'll have your 60 split seat base. So first of all, what I would suggest is get your 60 seat base and your 40 seat base ready, because they're the first two we're going to go through, and then we'll do the backrest parts, including all the centerpieces, and then the headrest. So we'll do that now. So first of all, we'll get our 40 base. So what you want to do is you want to undo all the Velcros and get them all accessible, and just open it up a little bit. Make sure you have access to every piece. You might want to undo that Velcro down here as well, because that's going to go around the seatbelt buckle. So first off, what you do is you lay it on the seat. The way to find out which is the front, which is the back, is the part that has the little tag on it is the back piece, and that is actually going to go through between the bottom of the backrest and the top of the base. So that actually feeds in that gap in there, as well as these little bits. Lift up your seatbelt buckle. You want to make sure that that is not going to be caught in anything. What you want to do is you want to grab the front of this and just pull it down. Just pull it so it's semi on the seat. You'll also want to put this piece through the gap as well. And then this side, you're going to push down in between that gap down there. And that means that this will go in between the two seats and go to the back. So you'll put that in that gap as well. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold this whole seat all the way forward. So do that. So after lifting the seat up, you want to get all those Velcro straps that were all at the bottom, and you want to get them all out so you have access to them. Also untuck all these corners and make sure they're on the seat properly. What you want to do first is that strap that you put down the side with the Velcro on both sides of it, you want to lift up it nice and tight, and you want to attach it right to the top of that carpet bit that's on the back. Do that first. Next up, you want to grab this strap that's down that side bit. You want to pull that to the door as tight as possible, and pull this short one the opposite way as tight as possible, and connect them. Make sure they're nice and tight. Now, if you remember, we put the back flap through this gap. So what you want to do is you want to get every single piece and you want to lift it as hard as you can, nice and tight, and attach to that carpet as well. So after you've put those two on, remember this first part that we put on, you want to put this last piece of the back flap over top. That's why it has a double side of carpet there. With this front Velcro piece, that actually goes in between the gap of that little indent that's down here. I'll put up a picture of what I mean. And you just want to feed that through the gap so that you can access it when you pull the seat forward. And once you pull that through, you want to pull it nice and tight and connect it to that Velcro. It might overhang a little bit, so if you really want to, you can just tuck it so it's able to be nice and tidy. So that's the first base done. So after you've done that, all the straps and everything, this little piece in here, you'll find that behind the seatbelt buckle, after you've pulled the seatbelt buckle through this gap, you'll find that there's this little Velcro piece down here. So you pull that flap towards the driver's side and then pull the other side over top of it so it connects. And now that's all connected. So that's the first base done. Next we have the 60 split side. So again, it's basically exactly like we did with the 40 side. So you want to open it all up, get all those Velcro straps out, so you don't want them connecting. Make sure you have complete access after you've unfolded it all. And first up, you just want to lay it on the seat in a semi-set position so you can see how everything will go. Don't forget, this side actually goes in that gap. And you want to put this Velcro piece with the double side through the back because that actually wraps around the back, as well as this side down that gap. What you want to do is you want to undo this middle Velcro piece because that actually needs to wrap behind the seat belt. So pull the seat belt through and then you can join that back up. Next up, with these back flaps, they need to go through that gap again. So push them all the way through to the back. Next up, like the 40 side, you got to put this front Velcro through that gap of that little indent bit underneath. And then you'll need to pull the seat forward. After you pull the seat back up, what you want to do is you want to grab the Velcro on this side with the double side bit, and you want to pull it nice and tight and connect it to the top up here on that carpet. That's what you want to do first. And then next up, you want to grab this side one, this side Velcro that's really long. Pull that nice and tight towards the door, and then pull this one nice and tight the opposite way. And you want to connect them so that they're joined, so that pulls sides tight. And then after that, you can pull this middle one nice and tight as well, and connect right in the middle of that part. Like before, if it's a little bit long, you can just tuck it around so it's out the way. After you've done all these Velcros down here, remember you push these flaps through, so you want to lift them up nice and tight. You want full access to them all. So there'll be a big one in the middle, there'll be a skinnier one on this side, there'll be one on the center of the seat, and there'll be another one on this side. And the one on the center side actually goes over top of that side strap that you already folded over. So after you've done all those Velcro pieces, now you want to put the seat back down. Once you lift the seat back up, just make sure you still have access to all your seatbelt buckles and lift them through the gaps. And then just make sure that you connect the Velcro here and here back up behind the seatbelt buckle on this one and the actual seatbelt and buckle together on the 60 side. Next up, we're going to do the backrests. First, we'll do the armrest though. So when doing the armrest, it's good to keep in mind that the duck is the part you want to see. So that would be on this side. So when you put it on, slip it over, and because of the material, it should just slide right over. And then what you want to do is this flap down here, you actually want to put that at the bottom of the armrest, in between, and then roll the armrest a little bit and try to pull that flap up here so that when you pull it forward towards the front of the car, you can pull the top one back and they will connect straight up. Next up, you have these two little centerpieces and you're probably thinking, where do they go? So first up, grab this little one. Now, the difference is one has two little side straps and one is just like a little headrest cover. The one that's like a little headrest cover, what you want to do is that goes on this little bulge part right here. So you want to slide that Velcro piece underneath and you want to slide the side pieces around that bulge and then try push it through so that when you lift the center down, you should be able to see that little flap at the back. So you want to pull that nice and tight and that'll actually connect to the back carpet, and that's that first bit done. Next up, you have the other side. Now, one side is small and one side is big. So you need to determine which side goes on what, because that actually goes over this piece. So first off, you lift the center down just enough so you can see. As a demonstration, this is the skinny side. So what you want to do is, once you pull the center down, you also want to put the center headrest down as well. Put this over the top, and then this Velcro, the skinny side, will be on the side where the railing connects to. But that will go over top so it doesn't interfere with it. And then same as the other side, that just wraps around and connects to the carpet. And there you go. There's that bulge bit done too. Now it's all tying together. So now you can push that back and leave that for a little bit. Next up, you want to take all the headrest covers off. So next thing to do is the two other back. So you got to define which way is left and which way is right. So the way to find out which one goes on which side is, so the way to figure out which side is which from left and right, the left hand is the passenger side and the right hand is the driver's side. So make sure you put them on correctly. And this one, see how it has a hole? They both have that. That is the back piece because that allows you the access of the parts on the back. So when doing the 60 side, you'll find that this one actually has a split in it. So to make it easier for yourself, undo that split and undo all the Velcro. You don't want anything connected at this point. Next up, you want to pull that center armrest forward. After you've done that, you can slide this back piece around and basically try line it up where it's going to go. First up, put the eyelet holes around where the headrest pokes into those plastic little loop parts because you want them to be dead straight. And make sure all this side and back piece is nice and straight on the seat as well. So when doing the inside of the seat cover, it needs to actually go behind the seat belt. So make sure you put it behind first and then you can join that back up. Now to make it easier, you can lift the seat forward. All this Velcro might get attached, so you just unattach it and try keep it nice and straight. Next up, you've got all the little Velcro pieces that go around the seat belt. Just make sure you can reconnect all them up once you've done that. And then connect that split back up. What you want to do now is you want to put these flaps in that gap, same as the seat bases we did before. So push them through. There'll be a big central one here, and then there will be a smaller one behind the seatbelt buckle. So push them both through, and then lift the seat so that you can get to the back of it. Might be easier if you get in the back of the car. So like we did before with the seat bases, you pulled those flaps through, right? So you pull them nice and tight. Same as this side one as well. Pull them as tight as you can, lift them towards the back of the seat, so going that way, and then you want to connect the back piece over top of them. And that's how you're going to get the strength. So connect all those back Velcros up, as well as that little one, and don't forget to redo that side piece where the split was, and that top piece. Once you've done that, you can lay your seatbelt back up. So after you've done that backrest, you want to pull that center back down again, and that's where this flat center piece comes into play. So try keep it nice and straight, and we'll actually go over top of that first Velcro piece you put there. That's why there's double-sided Velcro there. Try keep it nice and straight. Make sure that hole lines up with the center seat hook on the back. Keep it nice and straight, and that should line up nice and perfect. Now that's done. Now we've got the 40 split backrest. So same thing again, except this time there's no split in the back. So what you have to do is unattach all the Velcro, and you just have to slide it over top. If you want to make it easier for yourself, you can pull the center down. So after you pull the center down to make it easier for yourself, you just got to slide it down, pull it all the way down. Make sure you put those loops underneath the plastic where the headrests go into as well. Make sure that's all nice and straight. And then what you want to do is, after you pull it nice and tight down, these flaps, again, need to go in between that gap to the back. So push them through, as well as the side one, and then pull the seat forward again. So again, those flaps come through, keep them nice and straight, and pull them nice and tight. That side one as well, keep that nice and tight. Pull this backrest up, because you don't want that sticking down yet. Pull this side a little bit, all the way up as tight as possible, and connect that back Velcro straight on top. Likewise with the big piece. Pull it all the way up and put that backrest Velcro all the way down, and then lay the seat back. All we got left now is the headrest. So getting those headrests back, grab the center one. Now the front of it is the flat piece here. If you're looking at it that way, it's this piece. That's the front. So when you're doing the center headrest, undo these two little Velcros. And when you do it, that little tag that's on it, that actually goes on the top. So you want that to be sliding over like this. Slide it over the top, nice and straight, and it should look something like that. And then make sure you get those Velcros out, because you don't want them stuck in there. So grab the short one, pull it nice and tight, grab the long one, tight as well, and connect the Velcro. Same again with this side, nice and tight, and that's that done. And then you can put those back in. Then we got the two side ones. So open them up, grab your headrest, make sure you've got the front. Now with these, the tag faces front as well, so that it goes over the same way. Make sure it's straight when you put it on. Put the first piece of Velcro down, the soft side, and then the rough side over top, and it will look something like that. And that's that done. And lucky last. Same thing again, the little tag is on the front, slide it down, soft side down, rough side straight over top. Push the button, and that's that done. So there you go, guys. That's the finished video. If you do have any questions or anything else you're wondering about, don't feel hesitant to contact us. You can contact us by phone, email, or message, and we'll be happy to help. So all I can say now is stay safe, stay protected, have a great day.